pleasure to be with you today and welcome to Excellent Insights.
Thank you. It's very, very important to be here. I wish to assure all the youth that they will not regret it. Following this program. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sure they are always watching, and there's never been an edition that they did not really enjoy. And today is not going to be different. Now, there are so many things to talk about. I know we have a lot to talk to the youth today, but I want us to start with this. These African youth, or most of the African youth, have stayed at home. Some of them are preparing to go back to school. Some of them have already started schooling in some areas. Now, I want us to look at this youth, like the university. Some of them are still planning to go into the university, and they go there blindly. They go there, and 3 years after, they notice that this is not what they really wanted. What are these youth supposed to know now that they are planning to go into the university?
Yeah, well, that which is available to them is that which they are going to get. The university system in Cameroon has what it's offering. But I wish to tell the youths that if they wish to be people that will be successful tomorrow, they need to go global. African universities seem not to give a global touch of that which youth need. So while going to the university, there are many other things. As I usually tell youths, you will get just about 10% from universities. You have a certain 90% to get from the global space, that is available. You know, universities have their limitations, especially in Africa, where a lot of money has not been invested in university studies. Money has not been invested in university studies. Money has not been invested in educational systems, educational structures. They still have a lot of mundane, old, outdated systems that are still running. We may call them legacy systems that have not been working, and talk less of working today in the 21st century. They are not working. So you can still go and still get this knowledge, but the knowledge is already outdated in most of the cases. They are not useful. They are not of any importance to the fast-growing and fast-moving world. That is why you need to go global. You need to go global, meaning that you should look at what is working for the whole world, look at what is working for the world system, and be able to get that which you need in your own field, your own area of studies, so as to make up that which you need. And I think that women are already using the word makeup, but I don't know why they are not using this word makeup when it has to do with their educational achievement or educational desires that they actually need. So I wish to say that we are living in a global world. We are living in a world that has been rocked by globalization. We are living in a world whereby you can be able to know what is happening elsewhere. You should see what you are going to get, and look at what is obtained elsewhere, and be able to use other channels, other avenues to upgrade yourself, to make up that which you need, because university systems cannot give you all that which you need. What they are giving you is very limited. So what is important is the fact that universities in our countries or our continent need to be very, 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 very objective to tell the youths that what the youths actually need, this is what they can provide. And they should tell the youths that the other portion can be gotten elsewhere. But this is hardly said. They pretend as though that which they are giving to the youth is sufficient. And the youth also, not knowing, they assume that that which they are getting is sufficient. But let me tell you, it's not sufficient. Even when you go to Harvard University, even when you go to Cambridge, even when you go to Oxford, and all these big names, you can call them, it is not sufficient. You need to still get something from left and right to add to that which you've acquired in order to meet up with the demands of the world, the demands of the job market, the demands of the business world, the demand of the scientific world, the demand of the entrepreneurial world, and so on, the demand of the media world, the telecommunication world, and so on. The demands are different from that which is given to you in school. So you should be able to match and
be up to standard, be upgraded to that which the world needs, that's what will make you to be valuable and they will look after you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. And there's this saying that always people always say that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. But in our African continent, you see that most of these youth that were today, if you look at 10 years, they are still there, and even they get old without having anything tangible to do, hoping that they will be the leaders of tomorrow. We have a lot of corruptions, and people don't let go of positions in Africa. It's something that is known. And I want you to talk to the African youth that they don't need to depend, because most of them, what they want is, I'm waiting to have my matrical number, I will get into the government, I will have my pay at the end of each month. That mentality that they have, is it the right mentality? Is that the right channel they are going through?
Permit me to first of all say that the issue of position is the least entity to be desired by youths or to be desired by anybody, because a position is temporal. No matter the position you have, is temporal, because a position is usually given. So youth should not desire position because they are temporal. The second issue which I want youth to know about position is that positions are not transferable. When you are building your life, look for things that are transferable, which means that if you are not there tomorrow, it could be transferred to your family and other persons. That is a way that you build your life. In as much as you can hold a position, look for something that you will transfer to your children, children tomorrow, or to your children in future, as they call it.
Don't you think that that's a problem that most African countries have in leadership? They don't want to leave power, like they want to hold it so that their children will come and take over?
No, that is why I am saying that leadership positions are very few. When you look at leadership positions, they are very few compared to the millions of inhabitants.
Yes.
So there's no way you should be looking at what is very is scarce. They are just limited position, which means that it's only a few persons that will be privileged to hold those positions. But again, I still wish to say that it's not transferable. It's dictatorship and suppression and repression that leads to what you are saying. It's not normal. That's not how a normal society functions. So a society that functions on repression, suppression, dictatorship, and so on, that's not the norm. So you should build your life as a youth on what is transferable. I want to use this word again. What is transferable? For example, a business is transferable. An investment is transferable. Knowledge is not transferable. It means that all the knowledge you will get on earth, when you die, it will not be transferable to your children. But when you apply that knowledge and build a business, when you die, that business remains. When you do an investment, when you are not there tomorrow, that it remains. So you should be able to invest more of your energy, more of your time on things that are transferable, on resources, assets that are transferable. Don't waste your time a lot to become the best manager, to become the best director, and the rest. Those things are temporary. They'll die off. When you are not there, it doesn't move back to your children. But use the resources from those functions to build businesses, to build investments that are transferable to your family, to your children. This is very, very important. Unfortunately, we're living in a world where youths don't know their left from their right. They don't know the difference between the left and the right. They focus a lot on the left. The left is what is given to you. But the right is what you yourself, you build. And that is what you transfer to your family. Don't waste a lot of your time building your left. Because your left will remain. The director general will go. The principal will go. The dean will go. The vice chancellor will go. The head of departmentship will go. And all those things, you can name them. But what will not go is that which is on your right hand. Your business, your investment, that which you do for the lives of your children will not go, because that is what belongs to you. So, for example, don't do so much and waste your time on what does not belong to you. But nevertheless, be faithful with what does not belong to you. Be faithful with it, because at least you receive a reward from what you are doing. So do it well. We are not saying here that you should not do it well because it's not yours. No, do it well. That's faithfulness, so that you can transfer the same spirit on that which belongs to you. Which means that when you, this is what I want to, this is the joker. I will say so many things, but permit me to give you the joker of this program of today. I wish to tell you this, that when you are studying, the time that you have from when you probably, if you are going to school, say 5 hours a day, for example, your life development begins after that 5 hours. What you do with the time after that 5 hours till when you start the other 5 hours the following day is what will determine your future. That 5 hours that you have invested in your studies, for those who are already working, that 5 hours that you are invested in your job, that 5 hour is useless for the development of your life. When you have given that time, give your own time now to build your own future. Because that job you are doing, it does not belong to you. It belongs to some other person. So you are just helping somebody to fulfill his vision, which is not bad. But many people forget about building their own vision, which is the extra time. And that is why you see very well that others are very wise. They take the best time of your life. So how do you succeed? To succeed, make it in a way that the best time of your life is not the 8 hours that you give out. Structure your life in a way that the 8 hours you are giving out is not the best time of your life. And going abroad, then you look at the